Hey there, viewers, a Transformers fan or Charlie Young back again with another Transformers review. And today's review is going to be on Studio Series Orion Pax. Now, this and the Devastation Bumblebee are this year's A-level figures, which, yeah, the A-level figures are pretty much figures that are meant to shelf warm. Yeah. But basically, every year we get two figures of Prime and Bumblebee in some form, and they're meant to stay on the shelves all year. I guess so kids can just get a figure of B and Prime because they're the most popular characters. I'm pretty sure I've explained this before, but if I haven't, then there you go. But this year, we got Devastation B, who we'll review next, and Orion Pax from TF1. So, yeah. So, starting off with the box. Of course, we've got the standard modern style of Studio Series box. So we've got Pax here on both modes. So obviously this is after he gets his transformation cog. Got Pax here. Like, obviously this is before he becomes Optimus, because it's Orion Pax, obviously, but he's got this sword weapon, so I guess he's keeping that from his minor days. Okay. This side, we can see him with the huge, sword weapon again. This side, we just got more of the artwork. The back, you can see a picture of him in the film. He's got that little globe thing from his arm, which the toy can replicate. Says what he does in the film. I wonder if we get a D16 figure. And you see, he actually comes with the saw, which, if anything, it just reminds me of Cybertron Metroplex's Spark Drinker weapon. So, okay. And of course, we got the vehicle mode right there. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the box. And well, for the actual figure. So, obviously, as I said, this is meant to be Orion after he gets the transformation cog from Alpha Trion. So, I guess if you want, you can replicate the whole "where's my head" gag. So you can do that. But yeah, of course, we've got the whole Cybertronian truck modes, which is pretty cool. And yeah, TF1 Optimus does have a pretty unique truck mode, especially nowadays where everything's just a regurgitation of G1 Optimus. Like, TF1 Prime is quite the unique take. Because, of course, we've got the Uno window, which seems to be a standard for new Primes now, because he's also got that in Cyberworld. Got the smokestacks on the sides, so I guess they're more like gunners, I guess. The wheels are all hidden, because of course, we do have the wheels right here. And got some wheels here on what's going to be the forearms. So, yeah. And yeah, it's pretty much like a small, truncated version of TF1 Prime's vehicle mode, because... Yeah. And one complaint I have right off the bat is getting him into vehicle mode. Honestly, I really hate it. Why? This bit right here. Because what you're supposed to do... These are the forearms. And I'm going to tab in right here into this bar. But I really hate that step. Because, one, the instructions don't make it clear on what you're supposed to do. And two, this bar bit feels really fragile. And I'm worried, if anything, this bit bends. So I'm worried this could snap off one day. If I'm not careful. And plus, trying to get these, lined up and all tabbed in. It's quite fiddly. So yeah, I hate the arm transformation on this figure. And that kind of brings it down for me. So yeah. But anyway, let's talk about the accessories. So, one thing that you get is the little, I guess, map of Cybertron. And he does have this throughout the film, because I think, if I remember, I have to rewatch the film. It's been a while since I watched the film, but he does have this in the film. And these little dots here, they can just plonk this onto. Okay, that kind of sticks out, but sure. And a version of Metroplex's Spark Drinker. And it does actually spin, so that's pretty cool. So you just got like a big impractical pizza cutter, which doesn't even work on hard wood. Although it does work well on carpet, it's just on a hard surface this doesn't really work. But this does spin. And honestly, I feel like a lot of the budget went into this. So this is one of those figure was kind of compromised for a huge weapon deals. So yeah. And plus, I don't think he even had this when he had the T-Cog anyway. Like, he had this during the miner scene when Wheeljack caused a huge explosion that cost Jazz one of his legs, but after that, I don't think he even used this again. Like, this would have been a cool weapon to have during the whole fight scene with Arachnid and all that, but I don't think he used this at all after he got the ability to transform. Because, you know, as soon as he became Prime, it's in Optimus right now, but he had his axe. So, I don't know. I guess this is just an accessory for you to have to display him with. But, rounding aside, we do have some pegs right here that plug into here. And that kind of looks a bit like a trailer, I guess. And we still have like the whole pizza cutter thing on the back. So there you go. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the vehicle mode. Overall, I think it's kind of decent. It's not the best looking, but I do like it. Although the transformation to vehicle mode, honestly, it can kiss my afterburner. But anyway, for a quick comparison, here he is with his future self. Here he is with Optimus. And yeah, Optimus is a bit bigger. But these are both deluxes. And it does bring up a complaint that people have had, which I'll get to in robot modes. But we can see that, yeah, it's roughly the same vehicle mode. It's just, this is more bulked out. This is a bit bigger. If anything, this has to use the whole, like, well, this has to use the sword to compensate for the size, essentially. But yeah, it's roughly the same vehicle mode. Just, this is more bulked out. And why not, for shits and giggles, here's G1 Orion Pax. Like, this is the legacy version, but this is closer to cartoon, so. And honestly, I think I prefer TF1 Orion, because obviously this is just a cup redeco, kind of like the hobby figure. So, yeah. But yeah, they're both Orion Pax, so. And there you go. So, let's move on to the transformation. So, the transformation on this guy is kind of similar to TF1 Optimus, but, well, the legs are really similar. The arms actually transform in a pretty different way. I think that has something to do with the fact that instead of the arms just lying on the side, they form the front wheels. So, yeah. So, trying to tilt my camera up. Okay. I'll pause to do this, actually. There we go. So, to start off, I'm just going to... In fact, let's just rotate these bits around, and these can't come off. So I guess these could be accessories, but I might count them as just being separated in the box, so it's probably so it's easier to pack, I don't know. But I'm just going to spin the front bits around here so they form the, I guess, smokestacks, I guess. I don't know. Maybe these are more meant to be exhaust pipes. But what we're going to do, that just folds up one notch. It's kind of ratcheted. Well, not really. More just fooms into place there. And then that just untabs from here, as you can see. So you untab that, you split the legs. And the legs tab into here. And then we can just move them down. I'm going to move all this up and try and be careful that the whole crotch plate doesn't come off. Yeah, he still has the weird crotch plate thing from the Optimus version. But we can just get the feet up. And now let's just work on the arms, because transforming the arms to robot mode is a lot easier than going from robot mode. Because we just have to untab these. And you can see how they're meant to tab into there. I'm just worried in case this does snap, because this does bend easily. But we can just flip these around. You can see how the hands pretty much folds out. So you can just fold that back down like so. And then this red bar, you can just fold up. Move this down, rotate at the waist, like so. Then this whole grill section is just going to push in. Then we can push all this down, and it actually tabs into place right there, as you can see. Like, it tabs into... There's these little clips here that tab into, so... There we go. In fact, I actually forgot a step. What you're supposed to do before you do that is come here. Ideally, you'd want longer nails for this, but I cut my nails a few days ago. But there we go. See, open this flap here, and then just this whole back section moves down, and then we can get all this tabbed in, and we're nearly there. So the shoulders will just click into place. Forearms will just rotate around. And the head will just get your finger into this front bit right here. And get that out. And here we have, here we have Orion in robot mode. And yeah, transformation is, I mean, it's alright. It's not one of my favorites, but it does the job. And well, the resulting robot mode is, I mean, it's Orion Pax, so, but yeah, the robot mode, honestly, I think it looks pretty good. Because this is the mode that we see Optimus or Orion in for most of the film. Like, the second half, he's in this form. First half, he can't really transform yet, but he still looks like this. He just doesn't have the windows yet. But, like, this is the modes that we see him in for, like, second half of the film, right before the whole climax and battle with Megatron. So, yeah. And honestly, I think this looks pretty good. And I think I have to talk about the head, because, I mean, for one, the head sculpt's actually pretty accurate. That does look like how he does in the film, but look. He has fucking light piping. That is amazing. And plus, it's like the eyes are so fluorescent that you can literally see it. I'm so glad that they are doing light piping more often now. Like, I'm trying to remember if Prime had light piping. And I don't think he does. No, he doesn't. So the fact that Pax has it, it's always special when a figure has light piping. Because remember, they weren't doing it for, what, 4 years? Like, Combiner Wars up to Siege. But, anyway, I'm rambling on. Let's talk about the accessories. So, this little, like, bit of Cybertron here. What this can do, we can just plug this onto the forearm, and now he can, I guess, read it, so he knows where to go. So, yeah. So that's a cool option. Or if you want, you can probably plug a blast effect onto it. I'm not sure. Just could you plug a blast effect on? Yes, you can! Welcome back, random blast effect spots from Siege. So if you want, you can look like you can make it look like someone's shooting at them. Obviously, this was fully unintentional. This was meant to be for this thing. But the fact that it's blast effect compatible is just amazing to me. Because this harkens back to those like little Siege pimples where literally the only purpose was to make it look like your figure was getting shot at, which, I mean, I can see why they were ditched, but they were kind of funny. And I guess we should talk about the huge saw, shouldn't we? So, for this, we can just store this in the back if you don't want to use it. Fair enough. But also, if you don't want to use this, we have these 2 ports here on the back. They just tab on. At the cost of, yeah, it does make him back heavy, so be careful. He can still stand, it's just... Okay, I take back what I said. You have to, like, really poke him, and even then, like, without it. So, yeah. Yeah, I thought this was making back heavy, but no. But yeah, to get this into its hands, what we have to do is fold up the fist and just rotate this. And get this plugged in. So that goes into there. This goes into this hand right like this. Like, and well, there you go. Now he's ready to mine for Energon. And okay, this does look cool. I'm not gonna lie. I do like how this looks. Like, I guess they were trying to market this as like some sort of cool weapon. Like if someone's attacking, he can just like mow them down. But obviously, this is just meant to be like mining for minerals and all that. Like he's in Minecraft or something. But still, he does look kind of intimidating with this. Especially because it's a 2-armed weapon. Makes you wonder if they do like a Studio Series TF1 Jazz, is his leg gonna be intentionally removable or something? Probably not, because Jazz, like movie 1 Jazz isn't like with 2007 Jazz, you can't just straight rip him in half. So I don't know. I'm just rambling on, but this does look cool. And if I can get this off without breaking it, there we go. And yeah, I'm just going to remove this as well because it just looks like a huge like pimple or something. This globe thing. So let's move on to comparisons. I think the best one here is with Optimus. And yeah, you can sort of see the evolution, like he's all tall and all that, but well, so yeah, with Prime, he honestly doesn't look too bad, you know. It looks like a natural evolution. Like you can see his face, now it's the mouth plate when he turns into Prime. Now it's the Matrix when he's Optimus and all that. Like, it looks like a natural evolution. But this is what people have been talking about. Let's say I put him with Badassatron here, and they're about the same size. Pax is a bit taller. Okay, what about Zelita? Okay. What about the one person he was fighting with in the film? Okay, what about Screamer? What about his old best friend? So yeah, people have been talking about how this figure doesn't really seem to scale well. So yeah. So since they wanted him to be a bit shorter than Prime, which makes sense, that means he's essentially he's basically shorter than the others as well. Well, not counting B, but B's already short, but like he's the main four from the film. Shouldn't Pax be the same size at least? I'm sure they do a D16. He'll be the same size, but yeah. I'll get Sentinel out, but mine's in the battle mode, so anyway, ramble aside. Here he is with G1 Orion Pax, and oh my god, even G1 Orion is taller. Which, okay, I guess kind of makes sense, because, you know, G1 Optimus is taller than TF1 Optimus, but still, this is kind of funny. Like, this is like same size or maybe a bit taller than Devastation B, who's my next video, so yeah. But anyway, let's just move on to the articulation. So, head can go side to side. Yeah, it's on the ball joint, so can look up and down. Arms can move. You can T-pose. Elbows, about 90 degrees. Bicep rotation. Wrists, yeah, wrist rotation. Wrists can go inwards if you need that. Waist rotation is... okay, waist rotation is kind of fucked. Like, say I need him to rotate like that. Yeah, that doesn't look good. Like, for a figure with proper waist rotation, let's bring in Prime, which, yeah, it's more like at the Pax, but Orion Pax. But at least this kind of looks more natural compared to whatever the fuck this is. I mean, dude. So, waist swivel does not look good. Legs, he can kick forward. Well, be careful in case the cross. Well, be careful in case the cross comes off. Same issue with Optimus. Can kick back. Legs are on a ball joint, so that could wear off, so be careful. But you can do the splits. Knees. About 90 degrees there. Swivel there at the knee. Pretty good pivot. And toes can close up. So yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say about this guy. Now, I do have a couple complaints. One, I hate the transformation to vehicle mode, especially with the arms. It's just, it sucks when I get them tabbed into that weird bar thing, and plus, I'm just nervous that bar is gonna break one day. So be careful on transforming him. Second, as I mentioned, what the hell is that waist swivel? Yeah, that doesn't look natural. Third, I kind of wish that there was like better storage for this at least. Like the huge sword, that kind of makes sense. But this, it's either have this in the arm or have a huge bulbous globe just hanging off. I guess maybe drop it in there. I don't know. But even then, that kind of sticks out. So. Also, we've got my issues with the scale, which people have talked about. I'm sure they'll do a Studio Series D16 at some point. And honestly, did we really need an Orion Pax? I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense because, you know, with Optimus, we really saw him at like the last half of the film. You know, the final climax. So I guess it kind of makes sense. But this Orion kind of feels like half-baked to me. Like, he looks cool, but there is just a few things I just do not like. Like, so for me, the figure just feels in my opinion. So would I recommend it? Honestly, maybe wait for it to go on sale. Yeah, like maybe wait for a clearance or for this guy to show up at like a local discount shop or something like Ross or whatever you have in your country. Because honestly, with prices Transformers are these days, I would say maybe he's like 10 quid's worth, but not 25, 27 quid worth. No way. So I'd say if you can find it for like 10 quids or 10 bucks, whatever currency you have, sure, why not? But 27 bucks, 27 quid, no. No, definitely not. So I'd say just get them on clearance. So yeah, this has been my review on Studio Series Orion Pax. And this is a Transformers fan signing off. I'm done saving you.